Perfect timing. Cat Dobby just crossing right in front of you. Hey, Michael. Welcome to the chaos.
I have to like turn my chair one way and my back the other and see if that does it.
Well, I remember last time we streamed, you were just like this the whole time.
That is true. I have my planner.
Maybe that's how the Chandra wave started. It was you were in the middle of blocking them and you're like, I'm just going to turn my hand because I can't move my arm.
Well, I swear he thinks it's so much fun.
It's like an overhead like press or like a flex or whatever. Like, I got this.
Oh my gosh. I'm tired, so
it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, exactly. And this ingenuitive little rascal.
Oh please, he's oh my god, the joke's wasted when I can't remember the person's name. Houdini reincarnated. There we go.
Oh, for sure. Ow. The other day, ow. Get it together, buddy. The other day, he was in his room, and I had like pushed the door, but it wasn't closed. And he's got a baby. No, sir, you cannot eat my lip balm. I just pushed the door while he was in there, so the door was like not closed, but it was like pushed in. And instead of just like pushing the door open like he usually does, he sat there and there's like a little cat door on the baby gate. So it keeps the dog out, but he can come and go as he pleases. And he just sat there like smacking it back and forth like he couldn't get out. And it's like loud. It's really loud. And I'm on the phone and he's just sitting there like, bam, bam. And I'm like, the door's not even closed.
Like, can we have just a little less chaos, please?
No. The answer is no.
Yeah.
Then he finally figured it out. He like chirped and he like was like, hey.
I also want to think that he was just playing like that toddler feeling of like, what happens when I do this? Just to see.
I think he sometimes likes the sound of it.
Yeah.
I think he can feel my stress level go up when he...
Who do you think's in control now, Chandra? Huh?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't know if I'd be more terrified if he could talk, or like if I would find it funny.
That's why I love the YouTube videos where it's like Dear Diary, but it's from pets.
Oh,
and the dog one is like Dearest Human and everything. The cat one is the warden has allowed me to view the bottom of my cat food bowl. I most surely will die.
I think I've seen that one. It is fabulous.
Yeah.
I've not been fed in 4 hours. Surely they have forgotten me.
It's 3 a.m. I must sing them the song of my people.
Oh no. But I mean, they will.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the timer pulled up.
Perfect. When you're pulling that up, I will get the banner, which I did have time to get this morning. Prompt number 1 made me laugh, and I feel like I could have fun with this, but nerds in a heated argument. The words to include are tesseract, synthesis, Padawan, icebreaker, chomp, decipher, utility, keepsake, slush, and croak. Oh, I forgot.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think the Flash Fiction writers group, not Flash Fiction. God, what is it called when you base it off another fan fiction.
Oh.
I got there. But it was like a fan fiction writers group, and I made it like it was virtual, and everyone's screen name was a different fandom, and it was glorious. I enjoyed it. I'm almost done with my hot chocolate.
Oh, I want hot chocolate.
Yeah. Come on. All right. In other news, by December 1st, I have to have written, well, I don't have to, but I would like to. Not sure if everybody remembers, but a while back, I wrote last month, I wrote 300-word prompts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget the prompt or whatever, but it was for fractured lit. Well, this week I do the same thing, 300-word prompts, and the prompt is haunting, so we might do that for the second one. But
Ooh,
I've been sitting on this prompt for a while, and I got nothing.
All right, so maybe some brainstorming, and then
Yeah, we might have to brainstorm.
okay.
Oh, come on, no. There we go.
Or do you want to see my Christmas blanket?
Yes. Oh, I bet it's warm. Actually,
It is. It's very soft and fuzzy. My Christmas blanket is also my desk chair blanket right now.
Mm-hmm. I need to grab my desk chair blanket, because the thing is that my desk chair blanket also becomes my couch blanket, and it's because with kids I can't have more than one, because then I'll end up with zero, because the kids
you have to be able to say no, that specifically is my blanket.
Exactly.
Do not touch it. You can't be like, that's my blanket and that's my blanket.
Yeah, because then they're gonna see that and they'll start doing that. Like, oh, that backfired. So either way. Oh, it might help if I get a Word document up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm ready. In SpongeBob voice. Oh. I got an idea what to do on this, but we'll see. All right. Do we got a timer?
Yes. Oh, probably should share that.
Yes. If you don't mind.
I'm like, I have a timer. No one can see it, but I have it.
It exists.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
We will begin sprint number 1 in 3, 2, and 1.
Go get coffee.
not done yet. I am not done yet. I just used I have one word left.
Yeah, I got a slush.
I've got chomp.
I was able to use chomp. Slush, I got an idea. I'm just trying to. So I got 2 characters, and I'm trying to keep them straight in the sense of like where they stand on the argument.
I have too many characters for a story this short. Like, I feel like they all have their own personalities, and I feel like I got that part straight, but I don't know that I necessarily tagged everything very well.
Yeah.
But I feel like I also need that many characters. I don't know. I think, how many characters do I have?
Uh,
7 characters in less
holy
than 5
moly!
I know. I know. I know. But when you read it, I feel like you're gonna see.
Yeah. Well, it'll work.
And I just got to like the pivotal moment in the story too. Like, should I just keep writing? I'm gonna keep writing.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I know we said we were gonna do this in 30 minutes, but I lied.
Well, also so I put my dishes up. You got coffee. So as long as we finish this in the next like 3-4 minutes, I think we're okay in that 30-minute window.
I feel like, yes. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Oh.
Okay, now I'm done. I think I kind of rushed near the end, but whatever. I just gotta copy and paste this shindig. Didn't get as many words as I wanted. 381.
I'm at 451, and I need a little bit more still.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just gonna go with it.
Gonna do a summary at the bottom?
Yeah.
Where's my writing prompts? There we go. 94. Okay. Copy. Now. Oh, that's right. I already have it open. Oh, God. Well,
Okay. I have a summary. I have the
Okay.
word that I need to use. I'm sharing it to you now.
All right. I've got my email open so I can just throw it in quickly. I'm going to close out a few of my things. Okay, actually, those can stay open. All right. Oh, there it is. It appeared. Okay. Your last word's Trump?
Yeah.
All right. Paste, you dumb computer. Killing me, Smalls.
I guess I should put in here that this is a summary.
Okay. I'll go ahead and start reading yours.
Okay.
So, the prompts is still on screen. Good. Okay. There we go. We had a lot of people come in. Okay. Change your story. Look, I'm not going to bow down and call you king just because you won the Tesseract, Doug. I'm not saying that you're still a fucking Padawan dweeb. And if it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter what your granddad gave you as a keepsake, no one respects you. Luke, Preston said, you don't have to be so mean. No, Preston, I'm not being mean. Sometimes this is what caring looks like. I'm hurting Dougie's feelings so some rando doesn't do it. Using the Tesseract as an icebreaker will only lead to pain and sorrow. But guys, I don't have anything else. I'm supposed to bring something that's meaningful to me and tell a story about it. This is the only thing I have for my granddad, Doug said. Doug, it would be better if you took something else. You don't want to be one of those jocks to shove. You don't want one of those jocks to shove you in a trash can and smash it, do you? Preston asked, his tone low and gentle. Oh, never mind. Was not low and gentle there. Okay. Why don't you take something with a bit more utility? You could surprise them with your bravery. You could just shut up, Eric, Luke shouted. This is no time for bravery. Are you trying to get our friend killed? I'm starting to wonder if you even have a brain. The jocks would beat him till his brain was slush and leave him behind the bleachers. Now you're just trying to scare him, Preston said. That was 10 years ago, and everyone involved got expelled. That's funny. Why do you think Brad Mueller works at Bag and Go? Bang and Go. Well, his dad owns it, and it's the only place he can get a job. Yeah, Luke, you don't want to end up like Eli. I don't think it's the best idea you've had. I don't want to croak, but I still think it would be better than ending up a vegetable, Doug said. The girl brushed behind the knot of boys, wiping tears from her eyes. Guys, wasn't that Eli's sister? Oh, Doug blanched. Oh, God. What? Luke asked. I'm going to need you to be a bit faster with the synthesis, Luke. Preston said, This is the whole reason the group of nerds is in a heated argument. Why a group of nerds in a heated argument are standing around in a dangerous area. We've been trying to get Doug introduced to Eli's sister. She has a name, Eric said. What the hell, Eric? Did you talk to her? Doug shouted. You spent so much time trying to decipher if she knows you exist. You could have just talked to her. Izzy is brilliant, you know. You betrayed me, Doug balled his fist and lunged at Eric. Guys, Preston said, getting between them. I know you are. The boys are ready to fight each other. Preston says no. They have an audience. The jocks make them fight it out. Izzy comes back. The nerds have to fight in front of the school. Eric gets knocked out. Chomp.
Chomp is the word that I need to include in there, and I have no idea how. Also, don't forget to share the screen.
Oh, shit. Thanks for chiming in at the end there.
I just realized when there was like 2 sentences left, so I was like,
let her finish. Okay. Sharing the screen.
Yeah, so I'm kind of playing with, I don't know, I don't know if maybe the same thing that happened to Eli happens to Eric. I don't know if that's too much, but I did want it to be, and I don't, okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if this was clear. The part about Eli ending up a vegetable, I wanted that to come across as being offensive, and the fact
that's why Eli's sister.
Yeah.
I actually took it that he died because it almost seemed like I don't want to croak, so it seemed like an option. Like the way it was said, I don't want to croak, but I still think that would be better than ending up a vegetable. And I took that maybe he did croak, but they were like, well, the alternative is vegetable, so I guess I'll take it. So
I might need to clarify that. Yeah, because I wanted it to be like Eli's sister overheard them talking about her brother and just kind of being a bit crass and blasé about it.
Yeah.
And
yes, Spencer. Dad's at the gym. He'll be back in like an hour or 2. Dad took his phone with him. Do you want my phone? Yeah. You had to think about that one. Dad's computer. You can't sign in. I can help you bring the computer here. Okay. The other thing that stood out to me was even though it kind of makes sense with the kids that would do this, but it was struggling to read or not struggling to read. Well, I did have struggles to read, but I don't think that's you. Where the conversation at the top of the screen, that paragraph where it's like, shut up, Eric. Can you go plug that in for me? Thank you. Where he says, I'm starting to wonder if you even have a brain. Then it's the jocks would beat him till his brain was slush. And it's like, it was a lot of brain or whatever.
Yeah.
Good. And that's what got me at one point. And it's funny that we're talking about nerds because this is my husband's background. You can see it. It's Darth Vader.
Love it.
The save screen, or like the lock screen or whatever you want to call it, that is Dragon Ball Z. So, we're nerds over here.
Okay, what about that?
All right. I'm starting to wonder if you have any sense. The jocks would beat him till his brain was slush and leave him behind in the bleachers. Yeah. Leave him behind the bleachers, yeah. But yeah, you got a lot of characters.
I do.
But I think it kind of worked. I can't keep them track. I think one of the ones that stood out to me was Preston, because I made that mistake of he was what did you want to watch, buddy? I made him like angry when he was supposed to be soft and gentle. And so I got that. the other ones, and I know Doug is the one that has the Tesseract.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Eric. Yeah. Luckily, I remembered Eric's name. But Eric is one of the mean ones, or not mean, whatever. But it's just after that, it's hard to keep them straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Preston is supposed to be the voice of reason. Eric has the kind of dumb ideas. Doug has the Tesseract, and Luke is the mean one.
And what?
Luke is the mean one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do think it's fine to have Eli's sister and then Eli, like them being off-page characters. Go ahead, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's kind of loud.
So yeah, there's the 4 boys who are talking, and then Eli's sister, Eli, and the guy who works at the Bag and Go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Brad Hubler.
But those are fine, like off references and stuff. I'm cool with that. It's the 4 main guys that was kind of hard to keep track.
Yeah.
You did really well. Like I didn't think anyone was speaking that wasn't or whatever. Which to me is always a struggle when you have a lot of the same gender characters talking. It can get monotonous, and I didn't feel like the names were plugged in excessively.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. For having that many characters, that's kind of the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this was just a sake of the word, but utility just seemed off.
Where did I put that?
Yeah, just above the slush line, the paragraph.
Oh yeah. Why don't you take something with a bit more utility?
Yeah, and I think that's just a nature of like, this is the best I can do with the word that was given to me. But I still liked it. I like that the argument wasn't about nerdom. It was about like safety, and that there was something more touching here. And then what was in something that could give it more depth and show more kid-like situation, because I'm assuming they're in high school, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I was thinking.
The reference was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so I do think there's a disconnect though there, because if it's Eli's sister, I mean technically you could have a age gap anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where she could have been 2 when this happened or something like that, and now she's 12 or older. But if I expect the situation would be something that happened 10 years ago would actually become more of a like urban legend for kids, where they may not remember the kid's name unless he was actually one of their friends. So there's a few ways you could go about it. One is one of the boys' brother was actually friends with Eli.
Mm-hmm.
And you could actually have them say, that's not real. And he's like, no, it was my brother's friend, Eli. I remember it. I was 5 or something like that. Another thing is that you could have them not remember the kid's name. And then you hear like she shoves past and go and like mumbles under her breath, he was my brother or something like that.
Ooh, I like that, to where you get a little more engagement from her and understand why she's upset.
Yeah. And then they go, wait, it was real or something like that. And then maybe that like changes, like puts more severity on the conversation, because they realize this urban legend they're referencing was actually real. Another thing,
they have that kind of flippant interaction, and there's the follow-up of like, that guy, didn't that happen to some guy who used to go here kind of conversation?
Yes.
And then she pushes past and is like, his name was Eli and he's my brother or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the girl that they're trying to talk to, that they're trying to impress.
Yeah, and then they're also upset going, man, we just screwed that up. Like,
Yeah.
that was not the first impression we planned. But then another aspect is, instead of having them actually get beaten up,
Mm-hmm.
what if it was like a bully prank that went wrong? Type thing. Like, what if they were pretending to play here's an idea. They were pretending to play hide and seek, and the kid, Eli, got actually trapped in the bleachers, or he was hiding in the bleachers, and then the bleachers started to close because they were, those bleachers that like are electronic or whatever, started to close, and he did get injured, not crushed to death, but he got injured before someone was able to turn off the bleachers, and it injured him.
So the only thing about that is, if I do it that way, there's not really a reason for Eric and Doug to fight.
Yeah, it would be could be. I just feel like with kids, it's usually not like malicious bullying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're bullying, and which is still malicious because they're hoping to harm emotionally, but the bullying, like actually causing physical harm, was like an inadvertent.
Well, the other option is that the like kind of the leader of the jocks is also interested in Eli's sister, and so
ooh, that's a good one too.
He's like trying to impress her, and instead of Eric and Doug fighting, Doug and the jock guy end up fighting, and like maybe he pushes him into a trash can or something, and he does hit his head. Oh, maybe he pushes him and he like hits Eric, and they're kind of like bowling pins, but Eric is the one who actually gets hurt.
Oh yeah, like because Eric is like off to the side, Doug hits him, and then Eric falls down onto the cement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that, like, bystander situation. And wait, was Eric one of the ones that said this is gonna happen?
Eric is the one who is like, ow, 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 ow. That's not what Eric was like.
Well, he got knocked unconscious, so I don't think he was saying ow.
Yeah, Eric is like, I don't want to. No, it's Doug. Doug is the one who's like, I don't want to end up like Eli.
Okay.
And then he doesn't. It's Eric who does.
I like the idea if Eric is the cautious one, like that brings the urban legend story, and then it's Eric who's using it to warn Doug, but it's Eric that actually gets.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Does it? Who says it? Eric is the one who's like, take something that'll have a bit more utility. So he's the one who's talking about bravery.
He's trying to like give other ideas then.
Yeah. So I think that could work.
Yeah.
No.
Either way, we got the meat and potatoes there.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I like it.
Oh God, sunlight.
Nobody actually died. I mean, we have a little kind of sort of.
Yeah. I mean, they're a vegetable.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like a little mean, and oversimplified, because I feel like that's the kind of thing like kids would be like flipping about.
Yes.
And who knows even what that person's state is. Like they, it could be that Eli is, fully conscious and aware, but has spinal damage or something like that. It could be just, well, I mean, of course, it's an urban legend at this point, too, like you said. So it's going to evolve into something completely different where kids have their own ideas and make up their own stories about what actually happened to this person.
Yep.
And I think that's the other good thing about Eli's sister is that she humanizes him.
Because we always hear about people like getting injured or something like that, but it's just statistics. Like in any act that's been done, we give people like, we don't show shock until it's like, unless we hear it was a 5-year-old and then it's instant shock. Everyone else is like, the victims were age range 20 to 30, and you're like, oh, that's so sad. You say that and then you don't think anymore.
Or it's like kind of like rubbernecking too, of people's like, oh, what happened? And just kind of like that, where it's not real and serious until you know the person.
Yes. Well, and that's the whole premise behind Interstellar. Like, if you're making something better for your kids, you'll do it in a heartbeat, but better for mankind generations down the line that you don't even know exist yet. It's a little harder to do.
Yeah. The human connection makes it.
Speaking of humanizing.
Why are you like this? He's like rubbing his face on my arm.
Yeah, I just see little ears every now and then, like a little antenna.
And he's like grabbing my hand. Okay, your story.
All right. I'll scroll. Okay.
They're going to croak. It is the nature of the hero's journey for their mentor to die, Melanie said, sitting at the other end of the small coffee shop table from Georgia. Georgia started speaking before Melanie finished. But they don't have to die for the Padawan to become the master. This isn't the Sith. Fair. But no hero is able to reach their goal of protecting, saving, or growing if they have the training wheels still on. Could you imagine the Tesseract getting stolen back by Thor with Odin in tow with him? Georgia inclined her head in response before taking a chomp of her sugar cookie. She held up her hand as she chewed slowly. Melanie folded her arms and rolled her eyes. Georgia swallowed and took a sip from her latte before beginning again. The mentor death is not the best approach because that means there is always some secret the mentee shall find that was kept from them. Melanie waved her hand. That is just adding to the subplot where the mentor is just a vessel to show the secret was known. No need to decipher that as a reason to have the mentor die. Shaking her head, Georgia said. But then the mentee is the one who has to decipher their whole outlook of the mentor, thus humanizing these people that were put on a pedestal, Melanie replies. So we have a mentee who starts out living with family who keep secrets, then they follow their mentor who trains them from their struggling to learn how.
All owls and us are not written into my story. Just throwing that out there.
From their struggling to learn their craft, the mentee learns of their nemesis and sidekicks. A synthesis of comic relief and ignored brainiac before the mentor can teach everything, they die. Nodding along, Melanie unfolded her arms and sipped her own coffee. Oh, Georgia added, and don't forget some utility that is the last puzzle piece in their growth. What's wrong with that? Melanie asked. It has become a slush trope. Star Wars could be better if we didn't kill off the mentors, Georgia said. You were talking about Star Wars? I was arguing about Harry Potter. The parrot laughed. Well, that was an icebreaker, Melanie said, holding out her hand, gripping Georgia. Georgia gripped Melanie's hand in return. And I'm Georgia.
You left out well, that was an icebreaker. I'm Melanie, she said, holding out her hand.
Oh, okay. There we go. I was like, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. That was really fun.
I was thinking of the memes that I've seen where it was like Harry Potter is just Star Wars with magic, like wands and shit, like
yeah,
and stuff. And I was like, what if I have two people that think they're arguing about Star Wars or think they're arguing about Harry Potter, but then they realize they were arguing about different stories, but it was the same story.
Yeah.
Yes, Spencer. You'll get milk later. Oh my God, this boy.
Same.
These boys.
He was like climbing around in my lap and kind of kicking me and using me to like press his. He was using his legs to like press into my.
Is he biting you?
Yes. Yes, he just bit my ear.
Talk about bite the hand that feeds you.
Good God. Like he didn't just like nibble on it. He like was holding it like here. That's why I was like saying ow too, is because he was in my lap. He was biting my hand.
Ugh.
But he was like, I want to love you, but I also want to bite you. That really hurt. What was I saying? I was saying something important.
These boys. We were talking about.
Oh yeah, no, these boys. The violence is real today. That really hurt.
Can't you see the bottom of his bowl, or?
That's a really good question.
Let's see what is stemming this.
Yes, he can.
That is great. I mean, not great because you got punished by him. All right.
Now he's going to think that whenever he bites me, he gets food.
Yep. Kind of like my dogs. I would always bring them inside when they would bark. And I'm like, you're not allowed to be outside. So guess what happens when I leave them outside longer than they want to be?
They just bark. See, I'm working on that with Piper too, because she'll be like, you are summoned. And I'm like, you can't come in the house until you stop barking. We are not going to do all that. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I still have an ear.
Yes, I am too. The better to hear with ear.
That could have been really bad.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm actually super excited. This weekend, if I'm going to record 2 stories again, this weekend I'll be recording Frog Prince by Grump's Fairy Tale. So that'll be something. And I will say, Briar Rose is quite popular already.
I was looking at that. It's on my to watch list. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my God, I'm doing this story. I'm editing it now. I'm putting the pictures in. It's The Fisherman and His Wife. Mm-hmm. Oh, I had fun and everything because I gave the wife, she's like overly aspirational, which I'm like, why do we have to victimize that? But at the same time, not victimize, villainize that. But at the same time, I gave her so much attitude like, because she's like, oh, well, we live in a shack. I want a cottage. Never mind. I don't want a cottage. I want a castle. Well, now I want to be king. And then the fisherman's like, oh, well, I don't want to be king. She's like, fine, I'll be king then. Like, she just keeps on, and she goes up from there. And
that is so. I've not heard that one at all. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that will air. Oh, actually, the next one this Friday is the 12 Dancing Princesses. I'm still gonna do pictures for that, and then next Friday is the Fisherman and His Wife. Yeah, Spencer.
Yes, what Michael said.
No. I didn't. I wasn't talking to you when I was whatever I was saying. I forget the words I was saying. Sorry, buddy. You gonna go watch Bluey? No. Yes. I'll hang out with you downstairs when I'm done writing. You want milk? Yeah. How about I bring lunch when I come downstairs? Chicken nuggets. Got it, buddy. Okay. Okay, buddy.
So,
into my channel.
Sorry about my cat expressing his violent tendencies.
So anybody who's ever new to Fast Fiction Live, this is that 5 minutes is the epitome of this. Dobby distracts Chandra, sometimes with violence, and Spencer distracts me, sometimes with violence. But he can talk louder and more understandably than Dobby can.
I like that you knew what was wrong before I did.
What?
Can you see the bottom of his food bowl?
Oh, yeah. I was just joking about that, and then I'm like, oh, shit, I was right.
He's over here just, like, licking his little murder mittens.
I love it that you call them murder mittens. They're my favorite. Oh, all right. So.
Okay.
I think I just wrote the next prompt. So this is from...
See what Michael said about your story?
Yes. Like the way you legit wrote the nerdiness into the story with all the shop talk. I was inspired by nerdiness. I'm just glad I didn't have to look too much up in the nerdom.
I thought it was good.
It was just enough for me to not have to research anything. Though I did research Tesseract, just because I was like, I didn't know it was an actual geometric shape. I thought I was trying to see if it was just tied to like Marvel Universe and all that. Then I found out it's an actual geometric shape, but it didn't matter. I used it as Marvel Universe stuff. What am I doing now? Oh, so getting my life together. Oh, no, I was going to look it up. So, a while back, Fractured Lid, one of the places I like to sign up for, which actually, by the way, if you want to join this, unlike previous ones, to fractured.com. Wait, I need to highlight this more. Flash. Here we go. In December. Here we go. Okay. Unlike NYC Midnight that I like to submit to, Fractured Lit, you don't pay until you submit, which is kind of nice. So that means that you can write this and then submit it. Versus other prompts that I've shared before, like within NYC Midnight, it was you had to sign up to get the prompt. So don't really have much room.
Gotcha. That is a nice difference. So you can decide, like, am I going to even be able to come up with something for this? Or
yeah. Though I have to admit, when I pay, I'm so frugal that when I pay, I'm like, I got to come up with something. I don't care if it's crap. Let's go. Like, it's a growth and everything. Which reminds me, I did get feedback. I'm not sure if you remember. I paid for feedback. I was like, why am I doing this? But it was actually really good. If you remember my generic negotiation about the peanut butter
Yes.
coup thing. And then the new faux friend, which was about the drug overdose. And then non-toxic, which was the dog
In the paint.
in the paint. Yeah. And then the call, which was the 911 call from the operator's perspective. And everything. I got feedback on all 4 of those. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
Like, I'll forward that to you because it was.
I don't think did I submit to that?
I don't know, because that was fractured lit, and it was 4 of them, but I think those were 100 words each, or something.
Okay, I think I did submit to that
or
one.
250 words or something. But I remember them all being really short. Like, I remember the stories barely. So, okay. They all blend together until I get a name, which is why it's going to be quite interesting when we get for our 12-hour live stream, and we do claim it and name it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to be a super fun game because chat can partake in that game, where they're going to, our co-host will read excerpts of our stories, whether it's a sentence or a paragraph. And Chandra and I have to figure out which one of us wrote it and then say what the prompt was, or close to the prompt. It doesn't have to be word for word. We're not doing Jeopardy rules.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit easier because I usually put the prompt exactly in my story. But yeah. I feel like you're better at remembering your stories than I am.
I wrote a lot more.
This, Natalie like pulled up a couple of mine. She's like, I don't think you wrote that. And I'm like, did I? It was like, I think that one's mine. And like, because we put them on the same document when we're like sharing. And so I'm like, hey, I was like, I don't remember that one. So I wasn't sure.
And then I actually had some of Chandra's stories that she didn't.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't remember that.
Like, she had one of mine, and I was able to move the document over because I happened to save it in my Word document. But it's been a while since I've done that, where I've saved your stories in my Word document.
Yeah, well, we had to like develop a system, and now we have a really good system. But at the time,
now it works.
Yeah, we were both like, I don't know. And and I had a couple stories in there that didn't come from the prompts that we used too. So
yeah. So hauntings is the theme. So hauntings for me, of course, there's the actual ghost story haunting, but the only idea I had, and I had it like this morning thinking of it, is the story from the perspective of like a girl like cleaning out her room and like throwing her ex-boyfriend's stuff all in a box, and I almost to where you think the guy died, but you find out at the end he didn't, and she gives him the box of stuff. Like, but it's like the memories, and she's kind of haunted that of their relationship, like in the sense of it's over and stuff like that. I just had another idea of what if haunting could be PTSD.
It could be.
And the triggers.
I was thinking of that story you wrote about the girl who's like getting ready to go to college to be a lawyer.
Oh, yeah. And it was the pictures. Like where she almost kind of like told her story.
Yeah.
Like before it happened.
And then she had the gavel.
Yeah. That could work. I love it when I'm able to use things. Actually, speaking of, hold on. We're going to see if I can do this. I'm going to pull up my writing prompts list. Because that would be 3 stories right there. Okay. I think that one was like a child's like child's dreams come true or something like that, or
Isn't it Good Charlotte that has a song Ghost of You?
I thought that was like Taking Back Sunday. No, Ghost of You might have been um God, what are their names? Helena and My Chemical Romance.
Yes, it may. That sounds. Let me see.
Now we're going on little tangents.
There is one by Good Charlotte.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Blast from the Past?
The Ghost of You is by My Chemical Romance, and then Ghost of You is Good Charlotte.
Ah.
Look at us go.
We were both right. It's a happy. All right.
If you're needing some inspirational playlist songs. Ooh, also, here's another one.
Yeah.
An inspirational movie. And hi, Salty's Gaming.
Hey, how's it going?
Shutter Island.
Oh, that was a good twist.
It was. And there's a song from the movie by Max Richter called The Nature of Daylight. The Nature of Daylight.
Interesting.
So we just finished our first prompt. We did our stories for that. And then this is the second prompt, which is from Fractured Lit. They have something open for submittal. So we're going to do the 300-word stories. Even if we don't draft them, we're going to prep them today, or at least right now we're brainstorming for that.
Yeah, coming up with different ideas because I've been sitting on this since November 15th when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called On the Nature of Daylight. It's actually quite popular. I think there's like 2 or 3 movies that this song has been used in. It is so pretty. But it is a very like somber, if you're needing some somber writing music for this.
Oh, no, I remember that story. I'm going through my stories right now.
One thing I feel like I need to get better at is for prompts. Especially when they're like this kind of prompt, not necessarily using the words specifically, but actually giving a theme. Because usually, so this prompt is for flash fiction and it needs to use the theme of hauntings.
Yeah, so that's unlike, all right, previous prompts we use is a prompt such as, what did we just use? Where was it? Hey, Barrett, dear. So this was our first prompt where it's and Salties, if I remember, I think you're the real Salties on Twitch. I think I've seen you on my Twitch screen, but Nerds in a Heated Argument was the prompt. So that was kind of like what the theme would be. And then the words to include were those 10 words as I do it on my Twitch. This is just a theme and you can put any words. And sometimes you can throw in hauntings, but when I have a theme, I personally like to like show, not tell. But then sometimes there is a time where telling can like hold some weight. Usually like a mic drop at the very end, in my opinion.
Yeah. And we're both a fan of the mic drop.
Oh God, we love the mic drop. Why is it? What is wrong with your computer?
Barrett, I want you to know that your son over here bit me on the ear.
Yes. Oh my God. And he latched on. He would not let go.
No, he just sat there, just like, yeah. There no blood was drawn, but there was violence, and I want you to know that.
And you know what? As someone who's been in pain, usually the gut reaction is to like throw the thing that's causing you pain. So I applaud you, Chandra, for not slinging him across the room.
Oh, that almost happened one time.
That's an instinct. Like it is hard. Yes, in Fractured Lit you can. They do have money prizes.
He used to sleep next to me on the pillow,
Yeah.
And this is another reason he does not sleep in the room with me. It's for both of our safety. But he had a dream and just like clawed, and what he clawed was my face. And I woke up with him like lifted in the air over my head, and his claw was still like caught in my eyebrow. And he was like, "Wait, what's happening?" And I was also like, "Wait, what's happening?" So you're muted.
I'm saying you just stare at each other and you're just like, recommend you remove the claw. Well, I recommend you put me down.
That was 100%. Like I had to like take his little toenail out of my eyebrow, and I was just like, "Ow!" But it's like, you know, when you wake up that way, I definitely like sleepy Chandra, like not conscious Chandra was about to eat the cat, and I was like, "Oh, poor baby."
It took me a while. Like now, my reaction when my kids like do the stand right in front of me while I'm sleeping thing, my reaction is that instead of swinging. I did have to. Luckily, my hands are usually underneath the cover, so there's no way I could. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
The remote.
Our library is putting together a zine and zine. Oh, I need to come up with a 500-word piece to submit. I'm thinking of looking back through your
100%
past streams to find. Yeah, do it.
I got a playlist on mine where I even pulled Chandra's when we are on Chandra's channel. I pull it into my playlist.
I should probably do that.
It's fine. Sweetie, we're at 194 now. How do you do it? Go to fracturedlit.com. And they have a fast flash. Click on the drop down and click fast flash challenge, and you'll see all the input. NYC Midnight and Fractured Lit are the two that I like to submit to, and you have to pay to submit. This one's $20 to submit. But then you also can, but if you win like first, second, or third, you get money, which is cool. I haven't won. I will say that. I have not won anything. What's up, buddy? What?
Tiffany, though, that's exciting. You definitely do.
The small remote?
No.
The controller?
Oh.
No.
Okay. I'm going to figure that out.
I have it.
The small tablet?
No. This small, I have it on my resin.
The controller that you have when you play Spider-Man?
Yeah. Only if I...
There's a black controller up there on the right beneath the TV, the PlayStation controller. Well, he's getting frustrated because I'm not understanding.
I say this
big remote.
Yeah.
For the TV.
That's the one.
Yeah. The big remote is probably next to Dad's seat because I want to say, no, it's on the... Are you kidding me? It's on the arm of the couch, right where you sit. No, where do you sit? Yeah, there's the big remote. Are you kidding me? He's been, oh my God. Hauntings. Like, I just got an idea. Hauntings. You're haunted by your child. You constantly think they're... Oh my God, I was somewhere and I forget where I was, but I constantly heard kids say mom. Oh, it was out shopping with my daughter and I heard these kids say mom. And I'm next to my daughter and every time someone said mom, I looked at her. Like as if it was going to be like a cascade of moms or something and she was next, or I don't know. Or just like someone's going to say it. I was triggered constantly.
That's hilarious.
Either way. Okay, so fracturedlit.com, you can submit.
It's a Stewie moment.
Mom. God, yes. Well, and then he's doing this, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? I don't understand what this is. And then this makes me think of Friends, where this was like the equivalent of flipping someone off. Like they made it up and it was like, he would do that to each other. Either way. Okay. But yeah, let's see if we can do fractured lit. And I think I got a few ideas. I think we brainstormed a little bit. Talk about PTSD, and then playlists that are always nice. I just got to create a new document. Oh no, I don't have to create a document because my previous Natalie already created a document prepping for this because I was expecting I'd write something at some point, and I just never did. Michael, it doesn't have the same weight when I read it in the chat because my son cannot type mom.
I mean, it could if like everyone did it repeatedly. Don't do that. Don't be like
Please
Michael.
It's okay. Like unlawful chaos. I'm not even sure if I'm using that right. I love the layout when I see everything compared and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But if you told me to like name some unlawful chaos, I'd be like, I don't know.
I think that Michael would be chaotic neutral. Because he's not like doing anything bad or good. It's just for the sake of chaos.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, where's my flash fiction? Okay. The last flash that I did, Covenant, was the theme last time. I submitted last month. I haven't gotten feedback on that one. Or actually, I think I may have, where they're like, yeah, it's already done. You didn't get in. Okay. Huntings.
I think I might have some pudding and coffee for breakfast.
Do it.
That sounds good. Okay, we're ready?
No, but we will.
Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. How we doing?
I only got one story, and I'm at 322 words. I was at like 343, and I cut it down this far, but I do have it complete. So I ended up doing the like, you think the person's dead, but it's actually their ex. And my favorite ending, I think, just because I feel like it has so much power and healing almost, is he places the box in my hand. Our fingertips touch. I feel nothing. A smile pulls at my lips as I say goodbye and shut the door.
Ooh, I like it.
Like that, at first I was like, this is lame, but that ending right there for me, like, I feel almost saves it. Like, because to be in that moment where you're okay, like, you're done pining, done, like, asking questions, whatever, like, you just like, I have the power back now or something, like.
So I think I'm going to submit to this one too. I've got one, two, I'm at 219, but yeah, I like it so far.
Yep.
I do. So the last line that I have written, I think it's probably fine for me to share that, even though I'm going to submit it.
Yeah.
Because it's not the end. It's just what I have so far is, "Stop it," she shrieked. "You have to stop it. I can't help you. I can't."
Okay.
So,
drama there.
yeah, I'm gonna. Well, it's. I shared it to you so you can read it. What I have so far.
What's your theme?
This is with the haunting.
Yeah, but I meant like what, like, so mine is about the person. Like, we can say what it's about, unless you want to keep it secret.
So, she's having the character's having a dream about something that happened in the past, but it's also not in the past.
Ooh. Okay. I feel like this is crossing over into our conversation of Dobby, like mid-sleep. What the hell? I'm coming to it just a little bit. So, though it would be interesting if we remember our dreams. What in that moment did your dream interpret his claw in your forehead?
Well, I wasn't dreaming. I was sleeping peacefully. Yes,
but there's the theory that we have dreams and we just don't always remember it. And so you're like, for me, one time I remember having a dream that I was shot in the leg, like in my calf, and I woke up having a Charlie horse, and that's how my brain interpreted the pain in my dream.
The dreams that I remember are not usually like that.
Yeah,
like they don't make sense.
Yeah. Oh, no. Speaking of dreams, I had a dream last night that I was Taylor Swift's event planner for her birthday. And we did a safari themed party based off the Wildest Dreams video. And the whole time I'm like, why are we pulling this far back? You got a new album.
Like, that's hilarious.
But I was like, whatever, this is what she wants. And like there's safari animals like tigers and such and everything. Like, it was just a whole thing. I don't know why that was my dream. That whatever. So it works. But now I got 2 more stories to write, and I still want to find the story that we were talking about of the kid. Like
I don't know what story you're talking about, but what you just said made me think of one of my stories that I really love.
That you want to grab and repurpose?
I might, but I think the word count is way too much for me to get it in here.
Give me time. Give it to me. Come on.
The little girl and the old lady, where she like looks through her teacher's window.
Oh, that could work. Yeah, give me time. Send it. I can cut it down. I mean, and then you'll finesse it and still make it good, and then I'll have to cut it down again. But
I like how you're like, I'll cut it, then you work on it, and then we'll cut it some more. And I'm like,
It's
I'll take a
trimming the
photo.
fat, honey, not. Here, let's put it this way. What was it said? We're taking your YouTube video and
Mhm.
making it a TikTok.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
But we're still gonna get the message.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it to you, and I will cry a little as we.
I mean, look at it this way. Think of how many like stories out there. Like Pinocchio is actually based off a short story, and it was actually, I think, it was a series of stories that was published, Pinocchio. And they were able to grab from those and end up creating a movie. Look at Briar Rose. Briar Rose has become like, it's like 1,000 something words, and it's become full-length movies. Okay.
That's true.
But we still get
That's
the
true.
message. Yes, sweetie, what do you need?
I'm gonna find it.
No, Aunt Nancy's working. Oh, speaking of, that reminds me. Last night I was talking to my sister, Nancy, and her husband. And I was like, and my son's behind me. And I was like, and I ended up combining aunt and uncle and like the names and stuff. So I was like, yeah, you're going to ask how your Aunt Danny's doing? And my sister laughed so hard. She's like, oh, that's great. And I was like, I wish I could say I did that on purpose, but I didn't.
That's hilarious.
I didn't mean to. But luckily he's chill and stuff. He's not one of those guys that gets upset if I throw in like a feminine article in there or naming convention. Yes, Spencer. You want a what? Oh, you want me to take you to a movie theater? Yeah, that will happen at some point, I promise. I'm keeping an eye out. You just got to be able to sit still through a movie, kid.
I found it.
You found the story?
Yeah.
Yay!
It's
I gotta find mine too.
Oh no.
How much?
No.
How long is it?
Oh no.
How long?
698 words.
I got this.
Oh no.
What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go and edit. No track changes crap or anything, because you got the original.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy.
I'm gonna save it on my desktop, go in, and I'll email it back as a Word document, even though I know you like to work in. I can work in whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm thinking that story I did for the with the gavel and the girl becomes a lawyer or a judge, and I feel like I need.
Did you freeze? Oh, you froze for a second.
I did. Oh, whoops.
I feel like I need, and then you froze.
Oh, I feel like that story was a bonus flash, which is going to be harder to find, but I should be able to find it. If the prompt that I'm thinking about is true.
I just
put it back. I'm pretty sure that was.
So here's the thing about cutting it significantly is that it does completely like rework it, so it's like, it can be used multiple ways or multiple times. Like, woman down. She'll be back. The thing about cutting it though is that we can like cut it one way and edit it there, and then add to it in another way, and we don't we're not locked into using it only one way. We can use it multiple different ways and cut and re-edit and rebuild and go back and forth. Is what I'm kind of thinking. But also, Natalie's right. I do have the original, so we'll see what happens. If you wanted to go back and see the original story, I know Natalie has one for the same prompt. This is from August 20th. And the prompt is, a child's dream literally comes true. So that was the prompt that we were talking about. Let me see. How did everybody do? How's everyone's nano going? Mom, where'd you go?
I'm joining on my phone. I think it's time that we end this stream since my computer just decided it's saying I have no internet right now, which is odd. So I'm gonna figure that out.
Michael said, "Mom, where'd you go?"
Heaven forbid if I went to the bathroom or something and they're knocking. What are you doing? Why is it taking so long? It's not taking that long. I'm just peeing. Dear Lord. So, okay.
That's funny. Michael's like over here.
Mm-hmm. He's going with it. Definitely going with it. But yeah, I liked your text of woman down. So, but yeah. So we're going to be working on this prompt each. It's due December 1st, so it will be posted before next Saturday's Flash Fiction Live, which will be on Chandra's channel. Oh, I pointed in the right direction. Which will be on Chandra's channel.
Look at you go.
And yeah, maybe my internet might act right then. Sorry to keep you flailing by yourself, Chandra. For
no, you're good. I was like, oh, and we are live. This is fine.
We can handle it. So, all right. Well, goodbye, everybody. And thank you for joining us. And anybody who needs flash prompts, plenty of Flash Fiction live streams, as well as prompts that I did individually on my channel as like a playlist. I'm still talking to Chandra.
Do you want me to hit the end button?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm afraid to touch my phone at this point.
All right, we'll see y'all. Thank you.